the sun's been shining, and like Southland is just an absolutely fantastic place when the sun's shining. We're pretty happy and the car's good, so definitely feeling fairly confident. I think for me, I've done 2 years of the 1 hour race. I think I'd probably like to do a bit of racing in Australia, GT3 Cup Challenge, but just have to sort of see where we go. Maybe I might go and take up Speedway or golf or something like that, you never know.
Rod went straight out the side of the block and it caught fire to the car, and the undertrade dragged it through, and it burned up the whole back of the car. Yeah, one of those things in racing. Oh well, new engine, new everything to go in it, so she'll be back. Yeah, qualifying, yep, about 6 laps in.
Yeah, we won't be running today, and it's more cosmetic. There's not a lot of structural stuff. There's still quite a bit of work to fix it. I just come onto the main straight here and must have given a bit much jandle and didn't quite have the bite that I thought it did, and it just twitched, stepped out and in the wall backwards basically. All over in a second.
Currently the fastest circuit in New Zealand, the old Pukekohe, was marginally quicker, but so we spent a long time in 6th gear, and horsepower is just so important here because we've got a 80 kilometre an hour start to a 255 kilometre an hour braking zones. The strength of my car is a lot of mid-turn, a lot of aerodynamic stuff. Some of these other cars with V8s, the Super Tourers, etc., are going to be very, very difficult to us trying to sail in a straight line. I still feel that I've got a little bit of room to grow driving this car. We're still looking for certain things, so that learning experience is probably going to be better for me than spending money upgrading the car to a 991.
It's my first time here. In fact, it's my first time doing any sort of endurance or motorsport of this sort of calibre, to be honest. Ruapuna is the only track I've ever raced on, and this is very fast and just really enjoying it. Hoping to do well on your first year, I think everyone does, and I don't know, maybe like a podium would be awesome, but to be honest, we're still learning, and that's about it really. Put it on the trailer in one piece. That's probably the ultimate one. I sort of naturally started just heading towards these things, just reliability and cost to run. Something as fast as this, I mean, you can't really get any cheaper than a Porsche to run when they go this fast. I mean, if you tried to build something, it would cost you a fortune and it wouldn't be anywhere near as reliable. Yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to. I did like 3 practice days at Ruapuna, and that got me pretty dialed in, and from there there's just heaps of learning to do and really enjoying it. It's actually my dad's race number. He used to race with the McFarlanes back in the day in Bushy doing endurance racing, so when I was just a wee tacker I used to come and watch, and yeah, it's in our blood I suppose, and Dad's number was 13 and my brother's race number's 13 and mine's 13, so it's carried on.
It's a C5 Corvette. Last year it was the Class 1 champion in endurance racing and Southland motor racing champion. 7 litre supercharged. It's all prepared in my own workshop, Brian Scott Motors in Scott's Garage, and should be a lot of fun today. Yeah, so it's just me, and I've got Brian Shaw as my crew. He's a really good guy, so the 2 of us come away and have great weekends. Oh, this is Harley Davidson, my pet son Konya Parrot. He's quite happy, he loves coming motor racing. He's a bit of a star for the last 4 years of his life around all the motor racing tracks.
know what to do with my hands. I won't go fast. Look, it was textbook. It was start to finish win. Fantastic race, no safety cars, and look, the car was great. Everybody drove really well. The traffic situation was fine with the slower cars. I saw some good racing out there. The weather obviously was perfect. It's a really good day's motor racing for me. We're happy. We're going to have a glass of wine now and tell a few stories.
Still a bit puffed. It's a bit of an animal to drive that, we think. Well, off the start, I'm not sure what happened, to be fair. I couldn't see much as we're all sort of bunched up, and then the lights went out and the Super Tourer turned left and stood on the brakes, and next minute I had a bit of Super Tourer in my front bumper. So we've been fighting a gearbox issue all day. It won't select fourth gear, so yeah, we just nursed it through and used a couple of gears basically around the whole track, but lucky the LV8 just laboured around. So she's only been using fourth and fifth gear. Yeah, very, very stoked.
We enjoyed it actually. Good field of cars, real mixed. Loved it. They were a good bunch out there. So that was sort of like the entree for the main event for us. So we'll jump into the other car now and see if we can do it better.
So how do you find racing in two races?
We've never done it before, so we'll tell you after the next one.
Cool. So you won't be having any of the champagne then?
No, we better lay off that for another few hours, eh?